Hi, and welcome back to the Peace and Love Always podcast. My name is Emmy, and we're going to get deep. We're going to get deep and vulnerable. And I'm going to share with you what I've been going through these past couple of months and see if you can resonate or learn from my experience. Because trust me, not been the best, but that's fine. I'm only human. I'm evolving. I'm growing. And let's just get right into it. I do believe that your reality is perceived and created by the thoughts that you have and you hold and you choose to focus your attention on. But one of the things that I feel like goes hand in hand with your thoughts and what's kind of behind the creation of your thoughts are your emotions and the way you process what you feel and the emotions that arise in certain situations, which can lead to you producing certain thoughts and then creating that reality consciously or unconsciously. For a while now, I wish I could tell you when this started, but girl, it's been going on for a minute. I have been really suppressing my emotions, and I know in the beginning it started off by me suppressing any negative emotion I felt. I was invalidating myself and my feelings because I felt like I didn't have a stand in feeling the way I felt because of all the privileges I have in this life and all the advantages I was given. I just did not allow myself to feel what negative emotion I was feeling in the moment. Maybe for the time being, I was valid in doing that. It definitely kept me going and it kept me disciplined and it kept me striving for more. But it also came back to bite me in the ass. I feel like the more that I suppressed any negative emotion I was feeling, the harder the event that occurred in my life that led to me to feel those emotions, it just hit harder. And since I wasn't allowing myself to feel, those emotions just sank to the bottom of my heart and slowly began to fill my heart. And now I'm at a point to where I don't feel shit. It's actually not funny. I I'm laughing about it now, but trust me, this just sucks. Oh my god. I futured too hard. I futured too hard. Now I'm emotionally unavailable. And it's biting me in the ass, I swear. I don't know what happened, but me suppressing my negative emotions slowly turned into me suppressing all my emotions and led to me living in my head and living in a mindset and a mentality of constantly moving and constantly striving for more and constantly raising the bar on myself and not being able to recognize and appreciate all the things that I have accomplished so far in my life and how much I have grown as a person. I remember getting to a point to where if I was not constantly doing something, if I was not constantly bettering myself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, I felt like I was wasting time. I felt like I was just letting time slip through my fingers. I felt like I should be doing more. And obviously, that led to me not letting myself get the rest and the even emotional rest that I needed in that moment, and to just turn everything off for a second and take a damn chill pill. I realized it got very bad because of how hard it is for me to let my guard down and let someone in. Being vulnerable with someone, especially someone new who's coming into my life for the first time, I tend to deeply analyze a person when I meet them, and this sounds a bit fucked up, but kind of determine if they're worth it or not, if they're worth letting into my space or not, because I'm very selective with who's in my inner circle and who gets to see me. It took me a very long time to see the value of my heart and to appreciate all the love that radiates from my heart, that I didn't want to wear my heart on my sleeve, and instead I decided to hide her away and keep her blocked away because I finally saw her value, and I didn't want anyone to hurt her. I didn't want anyone to have her think differently about herself. And I remember I would tell people that, and I would tell many of my friends, like, I don't wear my heart on my sleeve because I don't want my heart to get hurt. I don't want to feel those emotions. So I just choose to repress any emotion that I feel. And it left me in a space to where I feel numb and I don't feel deeply moved as I used to before. Like, I used to go on a walk and cry because a tree looks so beautiful. Or I used to see someone laughing from their soul, having a soul deep laugh and tearing up because humans are just so beautiful. And that moment was so beautiful, and you could see the real person in that moment. Their guard was completely down. I used to be someone who was very sentimental, very emotional, very in touch with their emotions. I romanticized my whole life. I loved love. And from one day to the next, I couldn't tell you when that version of myself left. And that is a different type of heartbreak. That is a type of pain that I wouldn't want on my worst enemy, to feel your soul kind of shut off, to feel your authenticity slip from you, to feel a bit diminished, to feel like you don't feel, to feel numb. It's very depressing. I know I sound very depressing right now, but turning off those emotions, it's like turning it's like turning off your humanity in the Vampire Diaries. Things don't really move you anymore. Things don't really hit as hard as they used to anymore. To have that little voice in your head, to have your intuition lower its importance and lower its voice and lower its ability to be seen and not have any control in that, and having it come back, like everything is on their timing. It really does teach you self-control, because I'm trying to drag this bitch by the hair and she doesn't want to come. Looking back now, I reflect on why my soul might have felt like it was not safe to be in the world right now, and she decided to close the door a little bit. I did face a lot of rejection, and not just romantically, but also professionally and platonically, and I think that might have led to me repressing those emotions because I just didn't want to feel that. I didn't want to feel the stupidity that comes with rejection. But in turn, I also suppressed the love and the truth that comes from rejection, and the clarity that comes from not getting something because there's something better out there for you. But where I'm going with all this is I remember I was having a talk with one of my best friends, and I just remember her telling me that it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel insecure. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel guilty. It's okay to feel shameful. It's okay to feel any negative emotion because you're feeling. The fact that you're feeling any emotion at all just goes to show that your heart is still beating and you're human and you're here. I think that's the true beauty behind any emotion that we feel in this life. I was constantly forcing myself to feel happy and to find the good in anything, which is not a bad way to live. But you can become toxic with it, which is something that I discovered that I didn't even know was a thing, right? Like toxic positivity. Who the fuck would have thought that was a thing? But it is. Sometimes you're not going to feel happy all the time. Sometimes you're going to be upset. Sometimes you're going to be mad. Sometimes you're going to be shy or doubtful or fearful. That's just part of being human. We have to go through the ugly in order to see the value and the worth of the beauty. If we constantly were living in beauty and living in harmony, we would take it for granted and we would not be as appreciative of it as we should be. But that doesn't mean that the ugly doesn't have any value either. You can always learn from any ugly emotion or experience that you go through. I feel like everything in this life is a teaching moment and it's a learning lesson. And there is good and bad to everything in this life. It's inevitable to not want to feel any low vibrational energy or any low vibrational emotion. But you are one day. And that's okay. That doesn't mean that you have to sit in that emotion forever. And that doesn't mean that you have to live in that emotion forever just because you feel it for a fraction of your life. Yes, it's okay to be sad sometimes, but I'm also not going to sit here and tell you that it's okay to be sad all the time. I'm learning to feel what I feel in the moment. I'm learning to acknowledge what I'm feeling in the moment and try to understand why I'm feeling this way, why these emotions are arising. Removing myself a bit emotionally from the situation and looking at it from a logical point of view allows you to not linger in that emotion either and to not stay drowning in those negative emotions. You're feeling sad, you put on sad music, you give yourself a day turns into a week. Logically, do you think it's smart to still be feeding into this negative, sad content? Logically, do you think you're just going to wake up happy one day? So I'm learning to shift my perspective on feeling these negative emotions and learning to invite them in and teach me something about myself. Most of the time, I end up learning how big my heart is and why these emotions hit me so deep. And then I let them leave when it's time because they're not welcomed to stay here forever. You served your time, you can go. But if you don't allow those emotions to come in, they're just gonna stay and pester and linger outside your house and build up so much momentum and potential and knock your damn house down. Suppressing what you feel, suppressing the ugly, does not mean that the ugly goes away. That shit stays. And that shit gets uglier. And then she comes out swinging. And she's gonna take you down with her. Bitch got me. Moral of the story is let yourself feel Let yourself feel what you are feeling. Let yourself sit with your thoughts and your emotions, and let yourself process the fact that you are a human experiencing human emotions. And then decide where you want to go from there. Do you want to keep sinking? Admitting what you are feeling to yourself is also going to work in your favor. Admitting to yourself that you are feeling this emotion, but this emotion doesn't define you, is also going to work in your favor. You are not who you are when you are emotionally heightened. You are not who you are when you are stressed out. You are not who you are when you are ridden by anxiety. Your emotions don't define you. The way you choose to respond to your emotions define you. Yes, I am emotionally unavailable right now, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to stay this way. I'm getting to know myself on a deeper level. I'm getting to meet my shadow self. And I'm starting to recognize the role that she plays in my life and the fact that she's never going to go away, but she's also not going to take the spotlight. I'll tell you that. So stop trying to fix your emotions. Stop trying to suppress what you are feeling and learn to work with it. Learn to invite it in, let it teach you what it needs to teach you, and then let it see its way out. It served its purpose. But I think I got everything that I wanted to get off my chest. This is a bit more vulnerable for me, and I kind of like it. Hopefully someone can resonate with me and realize that they're not going through this alone. You're never going through something you're going through alone. I promise you there is gonna be people out there who have gone through the things that you have gone through. It just takes time to be aware of what you're going through. But I hope you can learn from this. You can take whatever you need from this episode, learn from me. And I truly appreciate you from the entirety of my heart for listening to this episode. I love you and thank you. Bye.